Giving your straw man ID legal fiction name back with full use. Under usufruct, a civil law that is the right of enjoying a thing, the property of which is vested in another, and to draw from the same all the utility and advantage which it may produce, provided it be without altering the substance of the thing. 2. The obligation of not altering the substance of the thing, however, takes place only in the case of a complete usufruct. 3. Usufructs are of two kinds, perfect and imperfect. Perfect usufruct, which is of things which the usufructuary can enjoy without altering their substance, though their substance may be diminished or deteriorated naturally by time or by the use to which they are applied, as a house, a piece of land, animals, furniture and other movable effects and your government-held straw man trust reserve account. Imperfect quasi-usufruct, which is of things which would be useless to the usufructuary if he did not consume and expend them, or change the substance of them, as money, grain, liquors. Civ. Code of Lewis. Art. 525, et seq. 1 Brown's Civ. Law. 184, Hoff. Trail. Du Duer, N. 194, AYL. Pand. 319, Koff. Pand. Tom. 6, page 91, Lekens L. Du Dr. Civ. Rom. 414 inst. Lib. 2, T. 4, Dig. Lib. 7, T. 1, 1. 1 Code. Lib. 3, T. 33, 1 Bouv. Inst. Theolo. Pg. 1, circa 1, Art. 2, page 76. Your straw man, legal fiction, is it the real you? The government created your straw man, legal cession identification from your application of live birth when you were born when accepted by the government agent, physician. Your birth certificate, a negotiable security instrument, was created by the state government with your name in all capital letters, making you a legal fiction trust corporation in commercial law on the Admiralty Seas, a non-human imagination, with your all-capital name spelled as any and all corporations and sold it to the federal government who cashed it into the Federal Reserve Treasury and used the money to create a government bond in your straw man legal cession company name. This way the government could borrow money from the Federal Reserve to convert your birth certificate into a government bond to sell on the stock market to pay the bankruptcy debt of the United States corporation and to allow the banks to draw money using your signature representing credit or money from your straw man corporation name reserve and exempt account and birth certificate bond government trust where all your money is kept without your knowledge. The banks use your redemption signature, by monetization and fractionalization, with your unknown permission, to create money out of thin air by use of bookkeeping accounting entries under Generally Accepted Accounting Principle entries, GAAP, in commerce and trade using your exempt reserve account from your government birth certificate bond and your social security number trust accounts that are traded OPN the stock market daily to pretend to give you a loan. Image 004. http://strawmanmoneycredit.com/wp-content/uploads/2014/04/image004.jpg closing parenthesis. The banks use the guise of the full faith and credit of the United States government even though there is no gold or silver, true money, backing, just faith in a bankrupt corporation, thus, making you liable, as a surety collateral slave, to pay back the money, credit, and debt of the United States government corporation using your straw man. Straw man legal fiction name by your spirit, energy, and labor is your secret straw man. Straw man, legal Setian identity makes you liable to pay for you, the Eshan blood man or woman. You can give this legal fiction ID back to the government and allow the United States to let you have full use of your straw man ID lawfully. Your straw man identity is a legal fiction in commercial law, a false artificial registered person or corporation, a capital corporation identification, not your real name at birth given under God by your parents so the courts can name and control you.
You okay?
Your straw man ID was created by the state that created a second original birth certificate for the United States government under the Uniform Commercial Code, UCC, the code of laws that the Federal Reserve Bank attorneys created in order to make you a human slave to be used as corporate labor collateral to pay the United States corporate bankruptcy debt using your birth certificate as a government bond to be sold on the New York Stock Exchange with the use of your Social Security tagging and tracking number at your birth. All corporations are legal cessions and pieces of commercial paper and are created using an all-capital letter name, a mirror image of your God-given name or trade name your parents gave you, such as your straw man, legal fiction identity on all government documents. Look at your driver license, marriage license, property tax statement, or any bank or government documents as proof. The United States has been a private corporation since 1871 as deemed in Black's Law Dictionary, Act of 1871, and 28 U.S.C. Section 3002 A, B, C, and is not one of the Republic 50 several states of the Republic United States Union 1768, 87, 89. The United States does control the 50 states through your ignorance no matter which government blank state of you reside in as a tenant or were born in. You are a debt slave making money for the banks under the full faith and credit of the United States Corporation through your birth certificate registration that was converted into your birth certificate that was converted into a bond by the government and is selling on the stock market as you read this. You were born, or birthed into the United States as a debtor, a collateral, a slave, for the United States government corporation is stated by your birth certificate, a negotiable security instrument. Because you are a legal cession corporate entity of your government trust and not a sovereign individual of the Republic, you are susceptible to things like income tax, property tax, being arrested, paying track tickets, and many other unlawful taxes fees which only go to fund the corporation and do not in any way fund public interests or services, and other unlawful statutes and rules which are not actual laws that have been legislated by an act of Congress by the Organic Constitution of 1768, 87, 89. Only Congress can write laws. A marriage certificate or license states clearly that the product of this union belongs to the United States. You are the product. You are a vessel of commerce that is owned by the United States Corporation. You are an indentured corporate debt slave, who is assigned as collateral for the full faith and credit of the United States as soon as you are born. Image 004. http://strawmanmoneycredit.com/wp-content/upload/2014/image004.jpg closing parenthesis. Your birth certificate trust value for your straw man. Straw man, legal cession corporation identity is about $7 million at birth. To verify how much you are worth as a corporate entity of the United States, simply take your birth certificate and social security number to your local stockbroker and ask him to look up your numbers. Shortly after birth, you received a social security number, a corporate tagging and tracking number, for which you can conduct trade and commerce and are allowed the privilege to start businesses with which you are legally, but not necessarily lawfully taxed. Only a business is to be taxed on income under law, not individuals. And you are a business by your legal cession straw man ID name. You could give back your social security number and not pay any more social security taxes, and the ebook tells you how. Law. God's law, whether you believe in God or not, is to do no harm to others or their property. You cannot break the law unless there is a living human victim for which you do harm, or do harm to their property. A corporation is just paper lead with the government and not a living human. Legal. The word legal or illegal is a corporate term used to represent a state of being when related to statutes, rules, codes, mandates, procedures, regulations, and posted limits that are assigned to you by the United States judicial system. In the case of something being illegal, no living victim is required under corporate legality, and so the state assumes the role of the victim being harmed as the creditor of your strawman trust held by the government and controlled by the banks and corporate courts. Under the original Constitution of 1779, only federal courts are authorized. Your legal cession strawman name that is in all capital letters on all government documents proves you are a strawman. Strawman, unnatural, commerce, corporate, corporation, made-up cession, and legal cession corporation name that represents your government trust account or reserve account that has millions of dollars waiting for you to claim, that was assigned to you at birth with your birth certificate and social security tagging and tracking number. This is why the United States on your marriage, birth certificate, etc., as well as your name, is printed in all capital letters. We can help you give back your strawman identity so you can eliminate all of your debt lawfully and legally and use it to your advantage, since that debt was a trick of contract without disclosure by the state government, hospital, doctor, and lending institutions that have already sold that contract on the stock exchange and received money and credit for it. But only if you declare your sovereignty. What I'm telling you is that the police, the courts and their judges should have no power or jurisdiction over you without your strawman identity, and actually you may have a higher power than them and can control them under the United States, but only if you declare your sovereignty and give your strawman ID back to the government with our government forms processing. With the government forms we process, you will be giving your strawman money credit back and allow the government to pay all your debts as stated in Public Law 73-10. It is the obligation of the United States government to pay all debt, principal and interest, incurred by the American people, under the full faith and credit of the United States. 31 U.S.C. Section 3123 Payment of obligations and interest on the public debt. A. The faith of the United States government is pledged to pay, in legal tender, principal and interest on the obligations of the government issued under this chapter. Obligation to pay all debts, principal and interest, incurred by all American citizens. House Joint Regulations, HJR 192 June 5, 1933, Bankruptcy Straw man collateral law, no lawful money to pay debts. Go to your bank and look at the REFTIC sign and you will ND the full faith and credit logo, which is backed by nothing but faith of the bankrupted United States government, no money to pay debts, only credit and full faith. Are you that stupid to believe that garbage about the banks having actual money to pay debts? If so, I apologize, but I need you to know that there is no money, only credit and debts, and you are the real money in this debt society through your energy and labor since 1913 when Congress, without ratification, passed the Federal Reserve Act. Title 31 U.S.C. Section 5118 D2, and Public Law 97-258, September 13, 1982, contracts requiring lawful money in any certain form are illegal. All debts today are discharged by promises to pay in the future. All Federal Reserve notes are registered securities, promises to pay in the future, and are secured by the utility of a live man's energy, spirit, or labor. Your straw man reserve account should pay your debts. Do you own a home? A car? Do you have a credit card or a student loan? Behind in child support or IRS tax payments? Owe on an auto? With our straw man money credit give back process, you may be able to eliminate all your debts in a very little time using government documents against these private corporations that hold you hostage. According to the Federal Reserve Banks, and printed in their banking rule books, money is created when a person signs a contract promissory note with a bank using your straw man trust account signature, thus funding your own presumed loan. When you signed the promissory note credit application, your signature created the money through bank monetization and fractionalization, using your birth certificate, bond, and your government social security number trust-exempt reserve redemption account that enabled the bank to give you that alleged loan in the RST place. But it was not a loan. You funded your own loan with your signature. The pretender lender just exchanged your loan for money at the Treasury window and gave you an alleged loan, to make it look like they were lending you money, therefore, charging you principal again plus interest, so you would have to use your labor to pay it. Ask the bank where did the money come from that they supposedly loaned you, and they cannot answer. Ask them who loaned the lender the money for the loan. Again, they cannot answer. Does that make you feel good? It is your money, your credit, and you don't need the straw man all caps ID name to get your debts set and discharged, or to not get a speeding ticket in the RST place. The government says so in the previous laws. And you certainly do not need to give your life and energy away by your sweat and labor to the Federal Reserve Central Bank to become debt-free. Your strawman trust account money that was created from your birth certificate and social security tagging and tracking number that the government is holding for you in your reserve trust account, is being given away to the banks every time you sign your signature on a contract. You created commerce and are using the banks and U.S. government corporations company commercial paper. You created the funds with your signature and credit. Your money is yours. The only way to truly benefit from this freedom is by declaring your individual God-given rights of sovereignty through a complicated UCC Universal Commercial Code government forms linked to return your strawman ID to the government with full use of it. You must offset your debt lawfully as ordered to you by this secret of the government. You must become the creditor and not the debtor that you are now, because the creditor always wins in judicial courts. This is the forbidden, secret knowledge. Claim your sovereignty. Give back your strawman, to the government now. Receive full use of your strawman name, and don't delay. Become happy, debt-free, and strawman money credit-free today. Posted by PowerAdmin. https://mybondaccounts.com/author/PowerAdmin/closing parenthesis. August 26, 2017. Posted in uncategorized. https://mybondaccounts.com/categories/uncategorized/closing parenthesis. Search. Recent posts. Your legal fiction strawman ID. https://mybondaccounts.com/hello-world